Imagine every person you try to date making fun of you online because you had the audacity to think you had a chance with them. You had the gall to put yourself out there. Imagine dating someone and feeling a connection with them only to find out that they manipulated you and you were the other man and he was in a relationship the whole time. And then having their ex-boyfriend, who you said you are sorry to, who you told them everything that happened and why it happened. Imagine that person tries to use you for fame off of it. There's one thing I want to say above all else. There is a person in this situation whose name is not public, who isn't known, and we need to respect that. This person is currently in the closet, and what we're not going to do is out them in front of the world. Being outed is something that can be incredibly traumatizing for someone. It's something that can cause years and years of pain, years of damage to a person, especially if it's forcibly done. And if it's done online in front of the world, next to a celebrity, not okay. So if someone is watching this video right now, and you think, wow, I want to know who did this. I desperately want to know who James Charles made out with, who the person in the closet is. Remind yourself of a time when all of your agency, all of your privacy, all of your everything was stripped away from you. When someone took something that was integral to you, that you were not comfortable with telling the world about, and they told everyone, and everyone mocked you for it. When people around you stripped you of your own safety for their benefit. With that in mind, do not out this man. That is never, ever okay. Imagine trying to expose James Charles for being manipulated by your ex who cheated on you with him. Imagine setting up your camera, deciding you're going to say this, and saying the words, "My problem isn't with my ex, but it's with James, a person who doesn't know me and was told the relationship was just a thing, was downplayed, and was informed that it was going to be ending by the person who cheated on you, by the person who manipulated you." Imagine thinking that the person who manipulated you isn't the one who manipulated James. Imagine sitting there and saying, wow, the person who did this, who told James this information and gave him the impression that we weren't in a serious relationship and he was ending it, that person is absolved of this. And James, the celebrity YouTuber who doesn't know me and could only go off what my cheating ex was telling him, he's the one at fault here. And I'm going to literally say in my video, talking about this, that my ex cheating on me with James Charles, that's kind of a flex. That's like fun. That's quirky. Like, look at me go. I can like exploit this.
The fact that I got cheated on with fucking James Charles, like, what the fuck? Like, who am I?
I'm using the day I got cheated on by a celebrity.
That's kind of a flex, right?
Imagine me saying that. I think I'm probably going to call this video Leave James Charles Alone 2020 because in all honesty, that is what I want at this point. That is the campaign I'm running on. It's all I want. It's all I need. I just want people to leave this guy alone and let him relax for a minute. Wait, no, not a minute, a whole goddamn year, because this kid has gone through it. Just absolutely, utterly been dragged through the mud and literally is still dealing with the after effects of Dramageddon 2 where he was smeared and defamed. I know people want to say that James has gained all his subscribers back and he surpassed the person who purposely tried to end his career by spreading falsehoods, so everything is hunky-dory now and okay and it's just all fine now. It's all fine because this was all about subscribers and he's not a person. But he has spoken honestly about the toll this situation has taken on his mental health. How two people he loved and trusted, two people he thought cared about him, went out of their way to lie and make him look a certain way, and how after that the world dogpiled on him to the point where he thought about hurting himself. That isn't something you just get over and get past and move forward because people come back, especially when you're 20. Seriously though, I just want to do a Leave James Charles Alone 2020 campaign, or like just leave him alone unless he actually goes out of his way to hurt someone maliciously campaign. Can we do that? Maybe? Please? Hey guys, it's Shannon, and today I'm going to be talking about a YouTuber who tried to expose James Charles for being his ex-boyfriend's side piece. You know, as one does. Before I get into this, I do want to let you guys know my opinion on cheating because it's integral for you guys to know that when you hear my take on this situation. My feelings about cheating is that it is not okay and you shouldn't do it. Generally, just don't do it. If you are ever in a situation where you're with someone you love, you're telling them you love them, suddenly out of nowhere you start to develop feelings for someone else and think, wow, I really want to shove my tongue down that person's throat in order to determine if I want to be with my partner or be with this person. If you're ever in that position, just break up with the person you're already dating. It's that simple. Just Just say, hey, look, I like you, but I cannot commit fully to this relationship through no fault of your own, and I hope you can understand that. And then, after that is said and done, after you break up with the person, then you can proceed to shove your tongue down any other person's throat you want. It's that simple. Am I saying people who cheat on other people are terrible by and large? No, because I know someone who cheated on a very close friend of mine who went on to help so many other people through their philanthropy and kindness. But am I saying that cheating is a shitty thing to do that you should never try to do and never go about doing and never plan to do? Absolutely, heck yes I am. Now, something I also want to mention, something that I think I should say here, is that the person at fault for cheating, is always the person who's cheating. The person directly committing the act that puts them in the position to cheat. The person who is lying to their partner and probably lying to the person they are cheating on that partner with, they're the ones at fault because they are the one causing the destruction of not one, but two relationships. Unless it's a scenario where the other woman or the other man is actually someone who is close to you, you know, like a sister or a brother, and they're like, my husband slept with my sister and now it's a big kerfuffle. Unless they know your relationship and your feelings towards each other, you can't really be mad that the other person was manipulated by the person you were manipulated by. Because straight up, there's a chance they're a victim in all of this too. Chances are, in order for your sneaky snake of a partner to have shot their shot with them, they had to manipulate them into thinking they were single, or the relationship was open, or that the relationship was coming to a close. All of that is possible. So that person, the other man, woman, whatever, that person can be just as much of a victim as you are, seeing as in order to fill that slot, they were probably told a plethora of lies. They were lied to and being lied to by someone that they wanted a future with the same way you were lied to. Both parties are being manipulated through and through. They're being manipulated by the same person, and neither of them realize it. Both of them have to deal with the fact that their trust has been broken. Both of them have to deal with the emotional turmoil that leaves them and the trust issues that leave them. And that is why this situation, honest to God, is so infuriating to me. Because this clip right here,
like, you know, like, just give them that respect. But my problem is with Miss Jamesy. I really, like, when we were DMing, like, I was telling him, like, oh, it's all good and stuff, but then I really sat down with it and I was like, hold the fuck up.
This makes no goddamn sense to me whatsoever, even a little bit. So let's rewind, let's start at the beginning. This is Young God, a YouTuber with around 30,000 subscribers who's been making content for about a year now. Young God, whose real name is Otto, and we're going to be calling him Otto for the rest of the video, makes music videos, storytime videos, reaction videos, as well as prank videos, like this one titled Intense Seizure Prank, where he pretends to have an intense seizure, per the name, something that can actually kill people and happens to a lot of people. People like me. People who don't think it's all that funny, because it's not funny to watch someone you love not be able to control themselves and possibly die in front of you. But whatever, who cares? You know, content is content, right? He has been making his prank reaction storytime videos for about a year now, and over that time has slowly but surely built up an audience who watch a lot of his videos. His views are good, and that's a good thing. Building an audience on YouTube is hard as shit. And then, a couple days ago, he dropped this banger, this absolute killer of a video, titled, My Ex Cheated on Me with James Charles. And guess what he talks about in the video? No, it's not clickbait. He's talking about his ex cheating on him with James Charles, and how somehow, some way, that is James's fault. This video is pretty damn gross, in my opinion, because this kid is literally using the fact that both he and James were lied to by the same person, and the fact that someone he loved not only broke his trust, but broke James's trust, obviously, in order to gain subscribers. He literally says it in order to gain subscribers. Now, fun fact, I hate that argument. I hate when anyone says like, oh, you're only doing this for subs and clout. So I don't say that lightly. I would never accuse someone of doing something for clout just because they made a video on it, because there are plenty of other reasons why you would make a video. There are plenty of reasons that make sense to you other than, I want clout. However, the things Otto says in this video make me think, no, they tell me directly that that's why he's doing this. One of the things that he says is within the first minute, the first goddamn minute of his video, he sits down and he says he wants to tell all of his new subscribers that he isn't this messy person and he's not problematic and that's not what he's doing it for.
So I want to start off first by saying, I know like by the thumbnail and like by the title, you guys are gonna be like, you're
So problematic.
and like you're so messy. But like, I'm gonna just say this to my new subscribers.
And he states it like to all my incoming subscribers. He's literally telling people who he assumes are going to come and subscribe to him after he talks about this, because that is what he's doing this for. He's also saying that he's doing it because, quote, social media is his life, unquote. Even though boy, it's not. He just has to talk about how James is somehow a bad person for making out with his ex after that ex lied to James because social media is his life. Oh my god, he just has to. That to me was red flag number 1. Him talking about his subscribers and the subscribers he's gonna get from this, that was red flag number 1. The next red flag came almost literally directly after. Again, we're barely 2 minutes in, when he said that he knows this is going to turn into, quote, a big ass fucking scandal, but he simply has to say his truth.
But yeah, like, I know, like, this entire thing is gonna turn into, like, a big ass fucking shit, a big ass fucking scandal. And honestly, like, I'm just saying my truth.
He simply has to, because he's a public figure, and that's important. Like, he acknowledges twice within the first 2 minutes that this is going to get views, and yes, he wants everyone to talk about it. And yes, to all the new subscribers who are going to come to this video, I need to explain to you that I am in fact a good person because none of you know me and none of you have seen my content because, you know, who knows who I am. That's gross. That is point blank period gross. Within the first 2 minutes, because right now we're at the minute and 54-second mark, you have this kid saying twice in a row that he is doing this to get subscribers and he wants this to blow up. He wants this to be his big break. He's literally saying he wants to exploit James Charles's name for attention. He said it, point blank period. I get it. I get wanting to use someone for attention, especially in this scenario where they unknowingly caused you pain because they were manipulated. But it takes 1 second of thought to realize that James in this situation was manipulated too by your ex, who James also saw a romantic future with, and also obviously cared deeply for, seeing as they had talked for about a year or so. But you know what? Fuck that other living, breathing human person who has already been dragged to hell and back online simply for existing and simply for having attraction to men. Like, he gets shit on every day by straight TikTok boys trying to use him for fame. He gets dragged by people who think that he sued Jeffree Star into silence and that he's still a predator. But yeah, let's add this to the fire. Why not? Because fuck him, right, Otto? He's just a name that you could put in your tags. I mean, you were already doing that before this video. Great take. We love that. Again, that is just the first 2 minutes in. There is so much more. A couple seconds later, he talks about how he wants people to respect his ex's privacy because that ex is in the closet. That to me, like I said earlier, I appreciate that. So within the first 2 minutes, he actually manages to say one point that I agree with and I respect and I believe in. However, seconds after he asks people to respect that ex's privacy because he doesn't want to out him, he says he's been in the exact same situation. And then text pops up on the screen that elaborates that he's talking about he's been in the situation of being in the closet, not cheating. So he's been in the closet, but he's never cheated. Now that is a fucking lie. And you know how I know it's a lie, Otto? Because I watched your other video from 2 months ago about you being cheated on by somebody else. The video where you straight up said that you cheated on someone else as well, and you have cheated on people.
Oh, I wanted to talk about cheating because I know, man, we all been through it. Well, some of us have. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I never cheated because I fucking did.
So, what is it? Did you cheat on someone? Did you not cheat on someone? Was this video a lie? Or was the last video a lie? Because I figure you're more likely to lie in this video to make yourself look better when you know this video is gonna be seen by a lot of people. Who knows? Who knows, Otto? Just kidding, I do. The worst of all these flags, the absolute worst of it, is when Otto says this.
Like, you know, like, just give them that respect. But my problem is with Miss Jamesy. I really, like, when we were DMing, like, I was telling him, like, oh, it's all good and stuff, but then I really sat down with it and I was like, hold the fuck up.
He then spends the rest of the video showing the videos that James sent him privately, where James says that his ex told him that their relationship wasn't that serious and he wasn't interested in Otto anymore, and gave James the direct impression that the relationship was over. Literally, the video that Otto uses to show how evil James is just James being empathetic and realizing that he might have made a mistake here, but also saying he didn't know how serious their relationship really was. Saying that the other person downplayed it and then proceeded to cuddle and make out with James, leading him to believe that they weren't going to be together anymore and James and this other guy were. You see how that works? Your ex told James, it's over with that guy, we're done, and proceeded to try and start a relationship with James. So James was under the impression that was over. To me, that doesn't stink of what a cruel, vile mistress who just gets off on hurting people. What a terrible person who literally says in the video, I want to give you the respect that you deserve in this situation. That instead looks like someone who thinks you guys were at most friends with benefits and is getting the impression by your ex's actions that he is directly interested in him and whatever's going on with you is ended. Is it shady that he didn't message you directly to find out the information he was getting is correct? No, because that's insane. Is it shady that he isn't saying, well, dump him immediately right now before we can cuddle. You know what? Kind of. I'll give you that point. But if your ex was literally giving him the go-ahead with all of this, manipulating him the same way he manipulated you, why the fuck are you mad at the person who literally just told you how they were manipulated by them? Why is that his fault? Oh, is it because, like you said, you want all those new subscribers and you want this to be like, quote, a thing and a scandal? That's gross, Otto. There is not one person in James Charles's life, or at least one romantic relationship in James Charles's life, potential romantic or not, that you guys, and by that I mean literal men who message and talk to him, aren't willing to exploit for a little bit of fame. From the straight e-boys who slide into his DM and pretend to be interested and pretend to be gay, to the motherfucker who straight up is using the fact that James was straight up manipulated by his boyfriend to gain money and subscribers, and says that within the video. Y'all are gross. Gross. End of. I feel genuinely so bad for James, because he does deserve better. It's gross. It's disgusting. And everyone who viewed this and was like, oh, what a sicko. You should just be ashamed of yourself. Especially you, Otto. That was disgusting behavior. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know if you think Otto did this out of the kindness of his heart because he just has to tell his truth, or if you just want to be a part of the hashtag Leave James Charles Alone 2020 campaign, where we all agree to let him live unless he does something actually evil, like try to kill someone. Just let me know. I'll see you guys in my next video. Later.